I love
All
how there's
right.
I love how there's indie announcement and then there's indie news with a Z instead of
Yeah.
a. It's like Rocky Powered Mohawks, like extraordinary news.
Hello and welcome back to Spark Plug Motorsport 2. Today we are going to be going through this morning's motor racing action over in Australia. The Louis Vuitton Australian Grand Prix has happened. George Russell has won the race, and it surely was something. I'm here with a member of the ERL, and in fact now two-time ERL champion, Chris Cornwell. How you doing?
Doing all right.
All right.
I've tried to pull up the Australian Grand Prix race results, and it's giving me the MotoGP race results. The one that starts in 7 months and 17 days, apparently.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that one's technically got a lot more going about it, with the entire moving from Phillip Island to Adelaide, but, the danger to that is not what this short little podcast is about. I'm going to try and keep this to 30 minutes because I don't know if my tablet can handle any more. Uh, yeah. Uh, First practice, Ferrari won too. They really had me there. They really had me there.
We need to know that they are like champions, but only in practice.
Yeah, like I feel like the Ferrari power unit is the quickest. I feel like that should be the best power unit, not just because of the starts, but the fact that aside from Mercedes and their voodoo power that they've got, like I think it was aside from Cadillac, who are a new team, so don't really think about them too much. Every Ferrari power unit powered car made it to the checkered flag without any incidents across the weekend, right?
Hmm.
And then you can't say the same about any other team. I mean, like, yeah, Cadillac's the new team, so they'll have problems. Audi by themselves, so while yes, they have a lot less data to go by, there's also less of a. We've got so many cars here, so we can't really test the reliability on the whole. Maybe we've just got two very reliable Audi power units. I'm going to talk about Aston Martin separately because that is a fucking shambles. Don't worry, it's been 2 minutes. I can swear.
Aston Martin, you can just go in the corner for a second.
Yeah,
Just go in the corner.
Go to the naughty step for a moment because we need to deal with you later. Red Bull powertrains, I think they've got something very quick under the hood, but also something that breaks quite a lot. Actually, the fact that I'm doing this on Discord means that I can actually use soundboard. Yeah, let's
But yeah,
go.
the Red Bull powertrains, they have
Yeah,
it's a good engine.
Red Bull gives you
But
wings.
speaking of Red Bull, well, more racing bulls. This is going off topic the engines for a second. Arvid Lindblad, dear lord.
Yeah, that was something else. Like Liam Lawson, I think you might need to go into a law degree, son, because that was not the best way to be shown up by a teammate. It was like
Liam
Hadjar
Lawson.
last season was great. I think
Liam
Lindblad might be a
Lawson.
little bit better.
Liam Lawson to Chinese F4 next season.
Yeah. Welcome to Danish Formula 5, Liam Lawson. That's a real thing, by the way.
I'm gonna go to Danish F5, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, Aston Martin Honda. I think I saw this on the race.
The engine is literally giving the drivers nerve damage.
Yeah, I saw this on the race because it was like, no, it was either the race or FP1 World who said every time you think it's at their worst for Aston Martin Honda, it just gets worse. And it's like, I cannot agree more. Barcelona preseason, barely get any laps done with only 2 to go because they missed the first 3. I mean, at least they showed up better than Williams. Like, the fact that they showed up despite being 4 months behind schedule is impressive by itself. That's impressive. But
the fact they ended up... Oh, no, sorry. Speaking.
But then, of course, when they showed up, the performance was, well, just like the fans in the grandstands in the Barcelona shakedown. Nowhere.
Abysmal.
Nowhere. Just and it's like, come on. Well, they've got some laps under their belt now, so maybe when they turn up to Bahrain, they'll be doing better.
I
No,
think
no, they won't. Stroll spins. Alonso has multiple engine failures, and in fact, considering how he looked each time he got out of that Aston, I think that car is giving him PTSD to the F2012 and MP430.
yeah, I
Don't
think
want that.
never put Alonso in a
Yeah,
Honda.
yeah.
Alonso never has good time in a Honda.
Even in the Indy 500 where he's leading laps, don't put Alonso in a Honda because that engine is going to blow the fuck up before he has the chance to win.
I like how on the race results it says Lance Stroll got lapped 15 times.
Well, that's true, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that because just having multiple engine failures in testing isn't the worst part. They have to limit their run plan, does Honda, to just 6 laps across the final day of testing. That's the morning and afternoon session. Only 6 laps they did. So then we rock up to Melbourne and it's like, alright, hopefully everything's fine now. It's been a month.
No,
Please tell me you guys have a car that works. Yeah, so we're probably only going to be able to run 25 laps because of nerve damage. What?
Somehow Lance Stroll
fucking nerve damage? The bloody nerve, shockingly enough. Your engine.
The fucking nerve.
The bloody engine shakes so much that the drivers are getting nerve damage. How powerful is the vibrator inside that AMR 26? Seriously, tell me, I might need it.
I might have to can I just like borrow that? Can I borrow that engine?
Yeah, can I just borrow it for a moment? I'm making a tectonic plate simulator.
Yeah.
You thought it'd be something else. You thought it'd be something else now, didn't you? You thought, yeah, it is something else actually. Trying to make
it is that.
I'm trying to make the most realistic sim rig and put it in the real world. Anyway, we've gone off track, just like Stroll in testing. But yeah, FP1 certainly was something. It just astounds me that we've got Aston Martin, an outfit that has been. Oh.
Speaking of FP1,
yeah,
everyone was going off. This FP2 and FP1, everyone imaginable going off, bro.
I don't know. Maybe they heard that there was some sort of biscuit giveaway going on off track, and they all wanted some or something. There was Mr. V's Garage posted a video about the Tim Tam Slam, and that man could not stop sounding as fucking sexual and horny as possible. Like, I know you're from the north. Calm down a little bit. Don't start manifesting femboy art, bold man. Yuck. I'm still off track. I'm still off track. I swear, I was gonna talk about Cadillac.
Almost going as off track. I think you might be going off track like as many times as everyone in FP1.
Yeah, but let's get back to the Formula One racing, please. Because Cadillac, I think, did something extraordinary. Because it's a new team doing basically everything aside from the engine from scratch. This is something that we haven't seen since fucking hell, when was the last time that something like that happened? Because you have Haas. Yeah, it's the first time since 2010 that this has happened. And unlike the new teams in 2010, like, yeah, Cadillac has a good budget, and they had time. and certainties around the regulations, unlike Caterham, myself, and HRT or Chris. Uh, I'm sorry.
Mm.
Um, you know, Cadillac weren't last. Perez saw the checkered flag, which is
Wait,
more than Stroll and Alonso.
wasn't the last time we saw a new team 2016? Or am I getting this wrong?
I mean, yeah, technically 2016 with Haas, but like that Haas car was literally half of last of the year before's Ferrari. I don't see 2016 Haas as a new team.
Fair enough.
So,
I was gonna talk about the race result here. What has happened to McLaren? They went from drivers and constructors champion
you
to nowhere near the front. Well,
do you want
they
to
are.
know what I say? What I honestly want to point out as a potential thing that's happened. I don't think that Mercedes engine is actually as quick as everyone thinks. Compression ratio is bullshit. But there is
Yeah,
something about that W17 that makes it quick. All of the customer engines were sold a lie that, yeah, our 2026 engine is going to be great, and it's really just mid. Could be the fact that the Petronas fuel, I don't know if the fuel is ready has been ready and homologated. If it is, then you'll know, but obviously I don't. Uh, there's something about that Mercedes that makes it what it is, and it would have to be on the battery side because the ICE, if it was something about the ICE, you would see it on the McLaren and the Alpine and the Williams, and you don't see it on any of those cars. But yeah,
and
McLaren
also,
just had fuck all pace. Like,
if it was about the ICE, you'd also see hashtag fuck ice everywhere.
yep.
Or
Wait, hang on a moment, hang on. Oh fuck me, I think we made a connection. Nah, but aside from FP2, McLaren's been fucking nowhere. And the guy that got fastest in FP2, how's Piastri doing, by the way? Oh, he's been struck by the Australian curse.
you've
Of
been
course
hit
he
by,
has been.
you've been struck by
The
the wall.
Australian curb.
We're gonna get copyrighted because of our great singing.
Yeah, sure. Uh, there's never going to be anything more disjointed than this thing. Um, I mean, it's fun as hell. We're certainly going to do a lot more of this if people listening. But yeah, heading into China. Um, every joke about China that I can make would get me demonetized. So
Yeah, I suggest
the
holding
Temu
back
Grand
your
Prix.
jokes, BDS.
Yeah, the Temu
You're
Grand
telling
Prix.
me
Honestly,
the race is at 7 a.m. I'm gonna kill someone. The race is at 7 a.m.
when's the sprint race?
3 a.m. I thought we were done with the bad times.
The first three races are in Asia during the daytime. What do you mean? I thought we were done with the bad times. This is the bad time part of the year.
When the hell was Australia in Asia? Can we please clarify
The
where the hell?
Chinese were gonna colonize it before we did. To be fair, I like if it's not part of Oceania, which only exists to group up all of the um islands, then like surely Australia's part of Asia.
Yeah.
New Zealand
Anyways,
is
we're
part of.
going
Yeah,
we're going off topic
we're
again.
going too fast. Um, yeah. So yeah, the Temu Grand Prix, and I say this because all of the good parts about China is stolen from Kuala Lumpur and Bahrain. Uh, now, I'm not going to say that Lewis Hamilton's going to have another good run here, but I am going to say this. In this week, we are going to find out exactly what caused Mercedes to be so good because, I mean, we already know why Ferrari starts are good. The small turbo, which allows faster power delivery, but less power, but as we've seen, power doesn't matter. Willpower. It got that ad with multiple willpowers. Does that make him a clone of himself, or do there just exist many willpowers across the United States and Australia?
We've went
Hang
from
on
the
a moment!
this,
I thought this was the Formula One!
this this is talking about willpower and his clothes. This is not Formula One.
I'm sorry, I thought about the willpower ad and it hit my brain like a truck. So while my dumbass gets stuck.
Stay on topic, media.
I can't! I'm sorry. Um, Chinese Grand Prix. Aston is not gonna have the fixes worked out. Honda's gonna be so embarrassed that they're gonna pull out of the Japanese Grand Prix. Um,
I have to say though, this
yeah.
was probably the worst decision by Aston Martin ever. Because if they didn't change, they'd have Mercedes engines, and look at how good the Mercedes engines are doing.
I mean, they wanted more autonomy.
Well,
the Mercedes engines aren't great.
Yeah, we don't know if the Mercedes engines are doing good, but they're better than Honda.
Yeah. I think you stick a Mechachrome into that and...
Yeah.
Fuck. No. You stick a Mechachrome into any of these cars, it's not even just it'll be better than the Honda. I think it might actually be better than all the other teams on the grid. Mainly just because it's not going to be energy starved. You can fly through fast corners without having to super clip. I like what the new regulations has done for the racing. It means that you get a lot more side-by-side pass and repass, pass and repass, pass and repass. And it's a lot harder to hold on to an overtake, which means that battles are more likely to happen. But it's like, a reason people don't like Formula E is that they see the racing as a bit manufactured because of the energy and battery saving stuff. And it's like, I don't agree with them, but I can see their point as it enters Formula One. The issue is, Formula One does it worse because it's not spec, and due to it not being spec, these battles will only last for the first 10 laps before a pit stop. And then once you've had a pit stop, you enter a clearer air, and in that clearer air, you're not thinking about battling, so you can go a little bit faster, you can go a little bit faster, and by the time your opponent comes into the pits, you've opened up a gap of about 2 seconds, and it gets worse if you come in during a full course caution, and you manage to get 10 seconds behind your opponents instead of 20. And why the fuck didn't Ferrari pit during the full course yellow?
I think they were, with how the race was going, I think they were expecting another virtual safety car for that pit opportunity.
Yeah, they got one almost immediately. And then they got another one. And which of these opportunities did they take? Fucking none of them. Leclerc or Hamilton could have won this race. I understand why Hamilton was fourth. It's down to turn one. He goes over the curb a little too much and loses a bit of ground. So he's not in front of Russell coming out of the opening chicane. That's sad, but that is racing. That does happen on the race starts. But Leclerc probably should have won this race from, what was it, fourth on the grid. He should have won.
Yeah.
And it's just, brother, ew.
Speaking of drivers, what's your driver, like, of the whole weekend? Not like driver of the race, like, what's the driver of the whole weekend? Me personally, I'll go off with Lindblad. Considering it's his first weekend.
I think Lindblad is actually going to be driver of the year in Formula One, just because, like,
this is how his
not only is he the only rookie, but unlike a certain other driver who was the only rookie in his rookie season for the entirety of that season. Logan Sargent!
Where the hell did that come from?
I think Lindblad's actually going to do well. Like, you can say a lot of things about Logan Sargent. But has he ever finished in the top 8? And I think that might be where we're going to have to end it with that question. Has Logan Sargent ever finished in the top 8? Obvious answer is no, but with all of that said, thank you so much for listening here on Sparkplug Motorsport 2, and we will see you next time if I decide to use this channel again. Bleh.